Roy Cooper runs for a Senate seat. So state Republicans there are now questioning whether accused killer DeCarlos Brown Jr., you see in that video in that red sweatshirt, was released under a COVID-era prison deal approved during Cooper's administration that authorized the early release of some 3,500 inmates. How did that happen? A repeat offender with a long rap sheet, Brown was under state supervision at the time of the stabbing. So let's bring in now North Carolina Congressman Mark Harris. Congressman, great to have you on the program. I know the story, this crime is very personal and close to your heart. Explain this to our viewers. Why was he released during the COVID era?
Elisha, it's great to be with you. Thank you for having me. And yes, this is a story that has continued to develop and brought to my attention that when Roy Cooper was governor, that this was part of the policy that was put in place there during COVID that once again, as oftentimes demonstrates itself through Roy Cooper and some of the liberal Democrat policies, it seems to prioritize the criminal over the victim. And there was a release, a number of people that were in prison during that particular era that were released because of COVID and things that were going on there. And listen, it didn't matter what they had done. There were a number of people on that list that were released that had felonies, numerous felonies, including sexual assault, all kinds of crimes that had been committed. And once again, Roy Cooper made the decision to prioritize them, put them out on the street. And DeCarlos Brown's name was included on that list, from what I'm understanding, that was released during that time.
Well, let me have you respond to this, because Roy Cooper's campaign has come out and they're denying this and they're pushing back pretty aggressively. And this is what a campaign spokesperson told us. This is a lie. DeCarlos Brown was not released from prison as a result of a court-ordered settlement, but in fact served his full sentence and was not released early. How do you respond to that?
Well, again, I think that those lists are available to see. Whether or not DeCarlos Brown was one of the ones released, I know his name had shown up on the list. Whether that was a mistake or whether it was not, I can't speak to that.
Will you look into that?
But I do what now?
Will you look into that?
Oh, yes, we definitely will look into that to know for sure. But I do know that there were names on that list that were crimes that had been committed that were felony repeat offenders. And of course, that was the whole thing with DeCarlos Brown from the beginning. The DEI policies that Roy Cooper had put in place, the cashless bail policies that he supports and that the Democrats so oftentimes support, they were all part of this problem of these lax moves that were being made. And they put the public in danger. And unfortunately, Iryna became the victim of DeCarlos Brown's crime that he committed. So it is something that I think we need to look at the bigger picture here. And that's the soft on crime policies that those on the left continue to push and continue to press. So I will definitely want to look into that and ask for the definite list of when DeCarlos Brown was released and if it was indeed part of this court order.
Just 30 seconds left here, Congressman. What can Congress do about this? Or is this a state issue where the state legislature has to come in?
Well, I think the state legislature is already getting involved. They passed the Iryna law, the Iryna's law, that has put some things in place. Listen, we've got to do something about these magistrates and others that are just allowing these folks to walk. You know, this DeCarlos Brown had been arrested 14 times previously, served time in prison, and yet a magistrate just simply had him sign a statement. And then he walked out.
Congressman, we know you will follow up with us and let us know what comes out of it. We appreciate you coming on. Good to see you.